following was developed by public education agencies in association with the Agency for Instructional Technology. Together, programming for today's learner.
Ну, чтобы ритмично поставлять пиломатериалы.
People use resources to meet their needs. Countries often develop plans or strategies to determine where their resources are located and how they will be used. This program will examine the question, why does planning occur, by focusing first on the Soviet Union, the largest country in the world. In fact, when the sun is rising in the east there, it has already set in the west. The Soviet Union is rich in natural resources. It has vast deposits of coal, natural gas and petroleum, and it has large deposits of iron ore. While all these deposits are found throughout the region, it is mainly those resources in the east that are now being used. However, the population using them is concentrated in the west. All of these resources are owned by the government, not by individuals or private companies. Government planners decide how, when, and where to exploit these resources and how to get them from where they are found in the east to where they are needed in the west. Near the city of Ust-Ilimsk in Siberia, in the eastern part of the Soviet Union, trees are being cut for use throughout the country. Yeta Yerumk, an economic planner, directs the cutting of the trees and distribution of these wood products. She explains that her plant supplies wood and wood products such as furniture for all of the other economic planning regions in the Soviet Union. They also export the wood and wood products to foreign countries.
Этот план мы
It is my job, she
разрабатываем,
says, to make sure that the forest
пересматриваем
resources
и
here are
ритмично
processed and
поставляем
sent to other parts
древесину.
of the country where they are needed. When the government planners decided to use the wood resources of this region, they built the city of Ust-Ilimsk, which now has a population of 100,000. Our government planner and her family remember when, not so long ago, Ust-Ilimsk was a city of tents, and communication with relatives back in Moscow was next to impossible. Now the wood industry is well established, and for the people who live here, life is much improved.
Армянский коньяк.
Подсобное хозяйство все работает.
Плохо сделал, что ты ее уже там перестаешь. Просто, знаете, надо вот по
Микрофон работает. Нет, там поухаживайте, встаньте, ухаживайте за гостями. Гости у вас.
Farther east is the city of Naryungray. Like Ust-Ilimsk, it was located by the government near a newly discovered natural resource site. People from all over the Soviet Union have come here to live and work. In less than 20 years, it has grown from a frontier town to a modern city.
Отойди в сторону.
In an elementary school, students learn why their city developed where it did. One child, Nastasha Luzin, is certain it has to do with her father's work mining coal. You're right, her teacher says. This is the location of the world's largest open-pit coal mine. Here, Natasha's father operates a coal shovel. At home that night, around the dinner table, Natasha's mother asks her father how things are going on the job. Things are going well, he says. We fulfilled our quota for the day. Natasha asks, who needs all the coal that Papa mines? Her mother explains that the government decides what each planning region in the country will contribute to all the others. Our region supplies high-quality coal to factories in other regions. Let's go into the living room and we will show you where our coal is sent.
Вот наш город Нерюнгри, где мы добываем уголь. И по малому баллу отправляем. Вот город Нерюнгри.
Natasha's father points out that this is our town, Naryungray.
Западная Сибирь. Вот видишь, красный жут. Вот это идет малый бам. И вот в Западную Сибирь приходит наш уголь. А также идет тоже канал.
The coal is sent by train on a major railroad that connects us with the western part of the Soviet Union.
Канал Обама идет на Дальний Восток.
Our coal is also sent east by train
И откуда,
and then by ship
и
to
откуда
Japan.
попадает в Японию. Здесь родились вы у нас.
Папа, мне
Now
всё
it's clear to me, Natasha says. You have seen why planning occurs in the Soviet Union. How about other parts of the world? In the Netherlands, land is a scarce resource. An elaborate plan was developed along the coast to protect that resource from the sea. With these barriers in place, people in towns and cities can make decisions about where to locate stores, factories, offices, and homes.
Mensen drinken koffie, daar gaat ook een gelijkheid van. Pluspunt kan natuurlijk ook bezorgen dat je grote machine hebt.
Ingangspartij, bomen ervoor gepland.
Die wordt iets verbeterd, ja. Ja, die wordt ook nog verbeterd.
The Japanese depend on the sea for a large portion of their food supply. In fact, fish provides almost half of the protein they consume. The Japanese eat about 5 times as much seafood as people in Canada or the United States. Here, fish is being auctioned off to eager buyers at an early morning market in Tokyo. Private companies and government agencies have developed plans to help assure a continued supply of this resource. One of these plans involves fish farming, where fish are fed and harvested in bays and inlets along the Japanese coast. In the United States, in northern Alaska, a major source of oil was discovered in 1968. For 7 years, planners worked to develop a scheme for transporting the oil across Alaska without destroying the environment. They built an 800-mile pipeline to Valdez. From Valdez, part of the oil is shipped to Washington State, where it is used to make gasoline. In this program, you learned that planning occurs to assure that resources are available where they are needed. How are these people's lives affected by planning?